Okay.
I don't feel if understandable.
Oh no, I don't feel Pepe hands. We got Torb, Genji, but we have Autumn Mercy, is not bad, and we have a Ball. So
Feels bad.
I mean, I feel like if your other tank just picks Steven, this is pretty okay. Dude, by the way, I have no clue how to play Zen in this meta. It feels like he just gets fucking domed. Tips on Zen's playstyle as a whole would be very useful when you get to my VOD. We'll keep that in mind.
I think my hair's hopefully dry enough. Okay,
oh, we got a Reeser. A Reeser ball. Interesting.
At least if I take it off, I can wear my headphones properly. So
I wish I'd been paying attention to what you were monologuing, or not monologuing, talking to your chat about. I'm curious, and I'll never know. Okay.
There's like a strand of like wet hair on my face. Heck. Oh.
You're still reading chat. Okay, there we go. I was like, wait, the match just started.
Like my headphones.
Genji reflex and dashes out. So this is good. We're getting damage boosts on people. We're damage boosting the Genji so he can start farming Blade. Our Ball is fucked. Is that our Ana bottom? Okay, she took care of herself. We're gonna catch up to the Ball. I think you were trying to go top there, and it just didn't go according to plan. And this is where I would ask people to peek you, or if, depending on how you feel about the super jump bug, you could do it off your Ana to get up top there, but really dangerous to miss the GA and as a result end up in danger, because I think your GA targeted, because your crosshair was, it assumed that you were close to the Ball. It pulled you towards the Ball and into their whole team.
Why am I here? I'm actually throwing. Okay.
Oh god, cool. You're too cute. I love you, Zoe.
Cool.
It's good. We're gonna top our Ana up. We'll come back out for our Ball. I do think you go in a little bit too deep with your Guardian Angels. Like, you can always go halfway, just enough to get like within LOS beam distance of people, because for those who don't know, maybe in chat,
this game.
like beam distance is quite large. Like, I do believe it's 15 meters. I'd have to check the exact number, but it's quite long. Yes, Glock her. Glock's out. Let's go. Oh, okay.
How?
They stole the kill. They're thieves.
Okay. Least first staggered. Cool.
Get rid of those purple outlines. I mean, as far as I'm concerned with colorblind settings, it's just what works for you. Because, like, I know that I find the red really, really hard to see personally, especially on some maps. So I tend to use yellow, or like the bright, like lime green is what I'll use a lot. I don't have a problem with purple, but the only reason I don't like purple and pink is it makes it really hard to see antis. Oh, well, Fyro just said the exact thing I said, which is that, yeah, it makes it hard to see antis. So we're going to try and catch up to this Genji, who is nano-bladed. You're going to go for the res here, which is perfectly safe to go for, since we wiped them all.
Nice.
So far, so good. And we've got Valk for the next fight. One thing I would encourage is, since we're going into a next fight, like, this is when you should start hitting tab.
I was about to be like,
look, okay, you're doing it now. But you want to look at, like, what does the enemy team, what are they playing? Have they made any swaps in between the fight you just won and what's going on? They hit an anti, you Valk to stay out of danger. And I think we get more value out of your Valk here if you're damage boosting people rather than plugged into the full HP Orisa waiting for the res. And I don't think that res was worth it either.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause here real quick. So I always encourage with Mercy Valk, and I'm just gonna draw, where'd my mouse go? Hello? Oh, my tablet is being a cuck, as it usually is. Okay, I'm gonna talk while I get my tablets working. Hello, turn on, you stinky. The mouse is gone, crab. Okay, there we go. We're back. So, from your perspective as Mercy, your Orisa, actually, how am I going to draw this? Well, we'll use some shapes. So your Orisa is this little pink one. That's Orisa. Then we have our Torb was like over here. And you as Mercy are the yellow one. up here. So when you're beaming this person, there's no real benefit in it being a yellow beam if they're full HP. Like, there's more value for you personally in terms of potentially turning the tide of battle to counter the fact that they killed 2 people with blade and had nano blade going. If you're damage boosting and potentially getting kills off of the damage boost, then if you're just ensuring your Orisa lives a long time. So I would be blue beaming your Orisa if it will let me draw. So I would be blue beaming this Orisa instead. And then if I draw your Torb back in pink over here, because they don't really have a hit scan who can focus you, there's no real danger to you to GA back and forth between these 2 targets. It's perfectly safe for you to do so, because what are they going to do to stop you? You're going to go this way and then this way. I keep hitting my microphone with my hand. I'm so not scuffed. But you can GA back and forth between the 2, right? Rotating who's getting beam, since you can't beam both, and potentially you get more value than just kind of watching your Torb die and hoping your Orisa does something. Hey, Angelo, and hey, JDAC, good to see you.
I could have played that better.
But it's okay. We go next.
I think I'm gonna go Lucio to like
Lucio, PogChamp. Okay.
get back faster and like.
So we have a recontest here. One thing I would do is, since you're on Lucio and our team is resetting, you saw that the Genji is spawning. Since we have time for the recontest, right? Like, we have time for the recontest here as 6, and our Genji is spawning. If he dashes out and you're waiting for him to dash and you speed him back and come back with you while wall riding, the 2 of you will arrive faster than you coming here and him dashing and then walking back. So you get a recontest a little bit faster if you taxi him. Although he's really toxic, so it feels bad. So you get hacked, or no, so yeah, you get hacked, you manage to avoid the bomb, which is good. We're playing along the walls, but I would want to see you to be shooting this whole time. Like, I feel like you're focusing on wall riding.
My mistake was playing Lucio and Sombra.
I mean, I don't think it's a mistake to play Lucio into Sombra, but the way that you...
Zen.
I think Zen is where... Okay.
Zen. Definitely not.
So, I think Lucio into Sombra is a better choice than Zenyatta into Sombra. Because... as Lucio, it's a lot easier. Like, sure, if you get hacked as Lucio, you're not able to wall ride. You're stuck on heal, but you're not really healing anybody. You know, you're kind of useless. You're just, the way I would put it is you're like a hacked Genji where all you can do is shoot. But the big difference between Zenyatta and Lucio versus Sombra is that as soon as Sombra has EMP, which she definitely does because they've just won 2 fights, if she just solo EMPs you, you die. And there's pretty much nothing you can do about it as Zenyatta because you'll have 50 HP. At least as Lucio, you have the opportunity to live and to fight back. So I think you can play Lucio into Sombra, and I think it's a better choice than Zen. The way that you're going to do that is you're going to be spamming your left click a lot heavier on Lucio. You want to be shooting almost constantly so that if the Sombra tries to start a hack on you, you can swing your mouse around and clip her and cancel the hack by dealing damage to her.
To diamond level, but I think Zen is the play here. So...
yeah, sounds good, Shoelaces.
you know.
Wait, is my... chat stuff not showing up? I feel like it's not. I feel like chat is not showing up. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Whole stream scuffed today. That's a good Discord though on the Reinhardt. And I like where you're positioned here. This is where you would want to be as Zenyatta in this situation. Because, yeah, you're far enough back that the enemy Sombra has to choose between EMPing you or EMPing your team. And I think you win in this scenario that you
guess.
live to keep a Discord on somebody and to keep an orb on somebody. So I think this is really good where you're choosing to position yourself. Hey, Tiny Spark, good to see you. I also think I would charge your right clicks less. So they can be good. This is a good dodge. Oh,
Okay.
I was fortunate that you didn't run under and immediately run around the corner to keep straying from the blade, because I think he would have not been able to find you just with how well you slid off the edge of the roof there. But what I was in the middle of saying is that I think you should charge your right clicks less. So if you charge a right click, right, and you throw it down where an enemy is about to run around a corner, maybe you even get a Discord on them and you one-shot them, it's really, really high value. But if you're constantly charging right clicks and throwing them like into hallways and hoping that they'll hit something, it's actually less DPS over time and consumes more ammunition than just throwing individual orbs, like like using your mouse one instead of your alt fire. So I think I definitely think it's good as Zenyatta to try and look for those lucky, like, fully charged right clicks around corners to try and catch people who are regrouping or who are trying to get into to position and stuff like that. But I think it's not all you should be doing. I think you do get a lot more value out of Zen throwing left clicks. You do more DPS that way. It also prevents you from ending up in a situation where the Genji is coming at you with blade and you're stuck in reload animation and you're not able to run away or even start chunking damage into him before he starts swinging on you. Scuff stream, best stream. Hell yeah, Spark.
I just checked my stats on Zen. Okay. 5%
Okay, I think
I
I rely on right click far too often. I mean, I think it's a common habit for a lot of players just because it is really strong, and the fact that you can one-shot people, it's like really tempting.
No.
I do like, again, that we're playing on the high ground here. I do think this is a good place to be playing. It gives you lots of sight lines of the whole enemy team. Like, you can see, there's no way they can come in right now where you won't see them. Nice kill on the Sombra there. So, yeah, that's like actually probably a perfect example of why I think that position is good. It's really hard for the Sombra to like sneak attack get you where your team can't see you and help you, or like where she's taking like a safe duel with you. Same thing with this Reaper. Like you're gonna shit on him because what's he gonna do? Come push you while you're next to a Torb turret? We all just want to be J. Jonak. It's two. We all want to be Jonak. I don't know why I keep saying J. Jonak. I know not to do it, and I do it anyway. It's just Jonak. It's just Jonak.
Sombra EMP.
Okay, nice. So we know that they have EMP. So I'm hoping this is going to be you backing up in anticipation of that, so that the Sombra has to choose. You found her. Got the Discord on her. So I actually would have hid. And what I mean by hiding is, like, if you know that the Sombra has EMP, you want to be positioned as far away from your team as possible. So that the Sombra has to choose either I'm going to solo EMP the Zen and kill the Zen, or I'm going to EMP the whole enemy team and the Zen is going to, you can then as Zenyatta trance in to help save them all. You got the Discord on her. Yes, you missed shots on her. It happens. The more you practice, the more consistent your aim will be. That's not a big deal. But because you know that she has EMP, because you're right next to your whole team there, you should instantly be hiding out of LOS on the rock there, so you can avoid like the inevitable EMP that's going to come out. Because in a situation like that where she thinks she's going to be pressured, she's either going to EMP and translocate out and let her team capitalize off of it, or she's going to leave, come back, and EMP.
Okay.
Is EMP LOS? Yes, it is.
A mistake. I can't play Zen. Why am I still playing Zen? I've got ult. That's
Believe in yourself. You can do it.
I think we do win this, right?
I think you do. This seems very winnable. It's overtime, so I would. Yeah, there you go. I would have tranced earlier because it is overtime, so I would like just trance right out of the gate so that you can ensure everybody lives.
Okay.
Oh, we actually lose that off that. That sucks. Yeah, I think if we trance, like, I think if we trance the second we get to the corner, I think we win that. Rally Brig running down a defenseless Zen, dude, feels Brig mad. This is good though. We got back really quickly on Lucio. I actually would have stayed where the mines were because you can use those to protect yourself. Owie, he got you. Good attempt to contest though.
Not me at everything in my life ever. Huh?
We're still getting the contest
I should
though.
have not.
Is this winnable? No, you should have. It was good. It was a good contest.
Me proceeds to
But the
mess
rest
up
of these contests are no
every
longer good.
possible
Yeah, this is over. Don't try and save this guy. Just
way.
it's not contestable. Because
Okay.
no one else is. You 3 people. So the reason that's not
Okay.
contestable is 3. You've watched 3 other of your teammates die in the kill feed. You have one on point who's in the process of dying, and then you're going to be the 5th person on point, and the person behind you hasn't even spawned yet. So there's no way that you win like the 2, like in the best case scenario, the 2v4 because you don't have ults to do it. But there's 60 seconds left, so it is possible to get a really close hold here. So we're gonna go in deep. Unfortunately, you ran straight into the Sombra.
Okay. Literally into
I think with Lucio, you have to play a little bit less aggressive or be more aware of like where the Sombra is positioned, just to avoid that if you go in for an aggressive boop like that, which isn't necessarily a bad play, you just have to be prepared for what am I gonna do about the hack that's inevitably gonna come up onto me. Hey, Happy, good to see you. I'm doing super good. Welcome to stream. Oh, there's a Reaper there. Oh.
Okay.
The Moira coalescence to
I need
save
to put
you?
pull up on my
That's an
Twitch,
interesting
see if it
choice.
just comes
No,
in
she just
silver.
coalescence just because. Your Genji killed 2 though, so that's a pretty good
this will
trade
be
because now your team's
fine.
even. Oh, I actually would have saved your boop there for the Rhine. Like, that was a good rollout, but I would have kept your boop to keep the Rhine away from people following the shatter. Good run from the bomb. We're gonna play on our monkey, and we should be looking. You should be looking for hack, or not hack, for beat. Like as soon as you're out of around the corner from the Sombra, and she can't like immediately, she can't immediately hack you in that situation, and you're triggering like overtime is starting. You want the advantage of having an aggressive beat.
Very
But this is good. We held. This is a winnable
right
game.
there. I got pinned by Ryan.
I think VOD. Yeah, it's a VOD.
But
Is the not Dio who's talking narrating the video or in Discord with Dio? No. This is a VOD.
Cool.
This is their VOD. This is Shoelace's VOD. So that's why
I'm
you
gonna
hear the
play Mercy on
narrating.
a tank. Nice healing. I actually
Angelo! Oh my
this
god.
sounded okay.
Alright, let's see where this takes us.
I can just have a chill
So
time
Mercy,
of
Ana,
basting with there.
Monkey, Ball, Widow,
Healing.
Genji. I actually like this comp.
Hamster and
As Mercy, this gives you a
Winston.
really good opportunity to kind of
Right.
hang out and pocket both your DPS. You can pocket your Widow with damage boost. You can pocket your Genji to help him farm Blade. Your Ana's going to pocket the tanks.
You know.
And then we have really good potentials to help our Genji get fat blades with
Cool.
Nano Blade or damage boost Blade. We can damage boost the Ball if he slams people close to our team. We have good peel for our Ana. This is not a bad
Cool.
comp at all. The other opportunity here is to play Lucio if you're confident
Me,
in
I'm not
it.
doing
Then you
anything since
enable
that
your tanks to
stream.
go in deeper
Yes.
and fight for a little bit longer. But Mercy here isn't a bad decision at all.
Right, okay.
And I know
Cool.
that you're personally more comfortable on Mercy, so
Cranny.
I think this is a good
Cool.
choice. Winning comp. Yeah, this is a winning.
We
This is a
just
winning
gotta win.
comp. This is
Go
a
ahead.
winning comp. This is winnable. I mean, I know it's a VOD, so it's going to be lost, but it's winnable. So this is good. We've got the beam on our Widow. I like that you didn't immediately GA up on top. You waited for your Widow to do it so that you don't get caught out by the like enemy Widow if they potentially have one. So this is really good. Let our Ana push the payload. Widow's going for some shots. We'll go in to help. So again, really good that you fly in there to heal up your tanks while they're fighting, but I would like cancel your GA halfway. I'm not sure if you use toggle or hold to GA, but I think if you're using toggle, you should use hold instead, because you're going way further than you should. Like, you should stop right as you hit the guy. Like, as soon as you're within range to hit them with beam, you should stop going forward. You use hold.
Understandable.
Interesting. So you should just get into the habit of letting go a little bit sooner. That way you don't put yourself in danger, so you're not taking aggro as well. You're just in range of to beam people, but if anyone actually wants to come deal damage to you, they have to come chase you. Hey, Oinksta, good to see you. Have some hope, Dio. Maybe it's a win VOD, but it's against the rules to submit a win VOD.
I do not envy our anything.
Oh, rip your tanks. And rip your Genji too. This is good. We're going to pocket the Widow, who's determined to just tank everything. She's determined. She's being double pocketed and gets slept there. Like, she's just like, she's face tanking it. But we have Valk early.
Yeah, I'm not going to res.
Respectable not to res. Your Ana's going to spawn really quickly anyway. Not a big deal.
We have 3 DPS now. Huge.
We're running triple deeps with a ball, which is a pretty good comp, especially since we're going to be building towards Nano Blade pretty quickly here. We're going to Valk for the aggro. That forces their coalescence. They're going to blizz in. Damage boost. I want to see more damage beam when you're in Valk. Like, a lot of the time I'm seeing you beam people and they're full HP. We don't get as much okay, that guy fed. You don't get as much value out of your Valk if you're healing people who are full HP. Oh, that's unfortunate. She gets hooked out of range. Nice, we killed the bongo, but I think this is lost regardless. Oh my god, are you gonna get this res off? You're nuts! That was actually really sneaky.
The amount of VM that was.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty... That was brave, but you know what? They weren't focusing you. They were focusing like the person behind you. Cool. So I guess it works out. That's a hell of a res. I don't know. Like, it's not a bad call to res there at all, because the Roadhog has already used hook and is just not looking at you for some reason.
Unsettling.
We get the res off. That's a big barrage from our Farah.
Alright, cool.
So should be careful. We know there's a McCree there. He's
internet
dead.
Okay.
And we're good. We go next. So for your Valks, I would be more aggressive with them. Use them a little bit earlier and prioritize damage boost a little bit more. Hey Melody, good to see you. I always recommend for people to play max beam range when possible. Prevents you from being targetable. Exactly.
Cool.
SWAT Mercy clearing corners colorized. I love it. I mean, I think there's like a really hard balance, and it's hard to explain the balance between like having your block out as Mercy and being willing to fight and defend yourself, and while still at the same time prioritizing damage boosting or heal beaming people above all else. I don't know that I would have gone to check for the res there. I think like anybody who's on the flank there and is dying, like that's just kind of their responsibility for playing solo. I think by going to check to see if you can help someone playing by themselves, it ends up being the people who are on the point, like trying to win the fight, don't have the Mercy as backup anymore because you're looking to help someone who's on their own. Like, I think you just play with team there.
Cool. Disappointed but not surprised. A mood for 2019.
I'd also be careful with how you GA. Like, a lot of the time, yeah, you kind of do this where you GA out into the open and then you try and GA back to people. So this is kind of again like the short
grenaded.
Yeah, this again is like the wow, yeah, she fucking yossed that at you. If you short GA, like you GA and you stop as soon as you're within beam range of people, it's a lot easier for you to hide behind cover or like move from map object to map object, so you don't end up like caught out where people are seeing you And then as a result of seeing you know your intended path of, well, this Mercy just GA'd into the middle of nowhere. All of her team is in this hallway, so she's clearly going to GA back into this hallway, so let me just yoss a nade or yoss a sleep dart or yoss some bullets in that general direction. She's creating space, dude, exactly. She's main tanking on Mercy, it's huge.
Wow, don't attack me like this. So much.
Your chat's bullying you, but you're also bullying yourself. Ooh, that's very narrow that you just barely didn't get caught by the EMP there. Oh, but she goes for the hack on you. Yes, Glock her. Yes! So that's a perfect example of where you should Glock, right? There's no way for you to leave that area of cover and be safe.
Cool.
But there's no way for you to just stand there while a Sombra comes to try and beat the shit out of you. So you have to Glock her to protect yourself, and you get the frag out of it. So that was really good.
Yes. But yeah, how are you doing? Good, I hope. Right?
Okay, so your Widow lost that. Your 2 DPS are on a flank, so let's see if they get value out of this flank. Your Genji's going all the way, and you're going to go in to help him. And now the Moira's going to start sucking you, and as a result of you kind of with 2 people who are flanking and doing their own thing, that you don't have a safe escape aside to back to those people. So again, you're going to end up out in the open. People are going to target you instead because it's way more value to kill the Mercy than it is to kill the Pharah or the Genji, and you just have nowhere to go without flying out in the open because the rest of your team is playing on point. So, situations like that, let your Ana, I don't know if you're in voice chat or if your like teammates are just not talking, but usually you let the Ana take the lead on when you're gonna wake up a sleeping target so that you instantly burst damage them so they die right away. This is so winnable. We're gonna go for the res. I don't know that this res is particularly high value though. Oh, that would have been sick if you'd got the kill there.
Oh.
But their Widow kills 2. Yeah, I don't think it's worth, even though the like you get the res off, you almost kill the Ana, and he gets the blade off. I don't think it's worth, just because he doesn't get enough value out of the blade because you don't have the ability to pocket him anymore. And that'll be it.
Cool.
That's an unfortunate defeat.
Good game. Smile.
So, I think the things that I would think about for Mercy is largely what chat is saying. Like, I would reiterate a lot of it, which is, as Mercy, you really want to prioritize your life, because the longer you're alive, excuse me, the longer that you're alive, right, the more value you get. I think with any support, or with most supports, that's kind of the case, which is the longer that you're alive, the longer you're alive, the more potential you have to apply that 30% damage boost to people on your team to help them get frags or get kills, which can, especially in the case of really, really long drawn out fights, means that you're going to have ultimates online first. Having ultimates online faster means that you win the fight faster. I also think that that gives you the potential as well, like if you do need to be heal beaming people, that's what's going to keep people from going critical to dying. That's going to take them from critical to okay. So I think the biggest thing, and it's hard to judge again because you're streaming, right? And what I will say this from personal experience, when you're streaming, it is so much harder to focus on just playing your role and being focused. And I think that's true for every single Overwatch streamer out there. Like, the games you play off stream are way better quality. You play better than when you play on stream, because on stream you have to play the game and be focused, but you also have to be looking at chat and be entertaining and you know, be an entertainer, and it can be a really hard thing to balance. Which isn't to say stop streaming. I love you, and I would be sad if you stopped streaming, but it is going to be a little bit harder. Like, it is harder, and I think it just seemed like you just needed that little bit of like extra focus to just be aware of where your GA is taking you, to be aware of where your team is positioning, so that by chasing a res on someone who's on a flank or chasing to pocket someone who's on a flank, you're not putting yourself in a position where if they int and die, you're also going to int and die as a result, because you have nowhere else to go or no way of defending yourself. Also just being aware of like the max range of your GA, like how far your GA can carry you, being aware of the ability to short Guardian Angel, so to cancel your Guardian Angel rather than going the full distance. Being aware of your beam range, so knowing that you want to play, generally speaking, as Mercy at the maximum beam range. In fact, I'm just going to look it up. I don't know what the exact, I think it's around 15, but just in case I'm wrong, let's check. Nope, it's 15. I was right. Good job. Good job, my brain. I did it. 15 meters. So it is quite large. It's about half your Guardian Angel distance. I think playing at that max range is really powerful. It keeps you, it makes it hard, that much harder for opponents to target you, because the only way that they can cross that distance is to use movement abilities, right? The monkey has to jump on you, the ball has to swing into you, the Genji has to dash you, the Pharah has to, well, I guess in the case of Pharah, she can shoot the rocket or she can conk over to you. But for a lot of heroes, in order for them to target you specifically, especially if you're playing at that max distance and playing lower and out of the air, it makes it so much, they have to invest abilities and they have to invest time to come and get you, which is what you want, because it means they have to choose between fighting your tanks who are doing a ton of cleave damage and are taking the space that they want to take, especially with your dive tanks, when they're taking gas station on Route 66 on first point. It's really bad for the enemy team to just ignore those tanks and try and int on the Mercy that who's just going to GA back to card. So anyways, that was a really long ramble, but what I'm saying is maybe just be a little bit more aware of like where your abilities are taking you, and being aware that you can cancel them so that you can control where you are in terms of space with regards to your team and the enemy team. Okay, cool. I hope that was helpful. I know that was a lot of words and I kind of rambled because I always do that. That's just who I am. But thank you for the VOD, as always. It's been really helpful to you in chat. I'll rewatch this properly when I'm awake and it's not 2 a.m. Sounds good. And when you do go to sleep, I hope you sleep super, super well.